What's up guys, I'm Josh Newland, and in this video I want to show you guys how I recover the day after my college soccer games.
Josh Newland keeping an attempt on goal from happening.
All right boys. You're on the time limit. So as a college soccer player, our season is pretty crazy. We normally have at least 2 games a week, and both of them are almost back-to-back. Typically it's Friday and Sunday, and if we have another game, it'll probably be on a Wednesday. And that was actually the case this week. This session that I'm showing you, the things I did, were the day after we had 3 games in 5 days, which is pretty crazy and very taxing. So recovery is so important during our season. Injury prevention as well, because it is very packed in to a short season. It's only about 3 months maximum, pretty much, for most college soccer players. So in that time, we want to recover as quickly, efficiently as possible and prevent injuries the best we can. So like I said, this session was the day after a game, and it was also following 3 games in 5 days. I did it on a Monday, which is our off day. So yeah, off day, you'd think it's probably best to just, lay around, do nothing. But actually, active recovery is one of the best ways to recover, because for recovery, you need your blood flowing through your body, and just laying around is one of the worst things you can do, actually. Of course, did a little bit of that, and nothing too strenuous on this day, but still just getting up, could just be going for a walk, things like that help. You don't want to go from one extreme of pushing yourself super hard, playing a full 90 minutes all out, and then the next day you go to the complete opposite extreme and you don't do a single thing, you don't get out of bed, you don't move, you're stiff, tired, sleep all day. You want to be moving around, active all the time. You want to be fairly stable with that. But of course, in the off days, you can tone down the intensity. So last thing I'll say before I show you guys what I do, comment below what you do to recover on your off days, how you recover and get ready for the next game during your season. Let me know below in the comments. So I did most of my recovery this day in one session, which I'm going to show you guys. I like to start out just with a general warm-up on the bike. I did about 5 minutes, just to get my breathing up, my heart rate up, get the blood flow going. That's always something you should do before any kind of exercise, before any kind of practice. Even if you can't get stretches in or you don't have time, whatever, you've got to at least go run for 5 minutes, go on the bike for 5-10 minutes. So that's the most important thing for your body to be prepared. Your heart rate's up, your blood's flowing. Just did that for about 5 minutes, not at too crazy of a pace. Then I went into some foam rolling. It just helps if your muscles feeling a little tense. Again, help with some blood flow, things like that, and it may help prevent soreness as well. So just a little bit of foam rolling. After that, I went to some deceleration, which is seeming to be one of the best ways to prevent injury, because your body is learning how to absorb force. So in this case, I'm just standing on a box, almost 2 feet off the ground, and I did some where I would just fall onto both legs and absorb the force kind of through the balls of my feet, not totally on my heels. So I literally just step off, absorb the force, step back on, do it again. I also did it with each leg, lowering the height a little bit when I did single leg, because that's more force on the one leg. But the first time you do this, it looks super easy, but the first time I did this, I was actually super sore, because your muscles are absorbing a lot of force. So this is definitely an injury prevention, not really huge thing for recovering, but injury prevention, I want to put it in this day where I have time to. Then because my most common injuries I've had have been ankle and hamstring injuries. I did a few ankle exercises I did during rehab for those injuries. This one, for example, is 3-way ankle kind of stability. So on one foot you're balancing, the other foot you reach out as far as you can in front, tap your heel on the ground, reach out as far as you can behind you at a 45-degree angle, and tap the ground. And then you reach out as far as you can behind you at a 45-degree angle, but the other way, and tap the ground. And each time you return to the center, and just keeping one leg on the ground, the other leg in the air, except when you tap the ground. So this one is good just for the ankle stability. And then did just simple standing on a Bosu ball, just not a very stable surface. I'm just working on balance. I just hold it for about 30 seconds, each leg, each foot. After that, I went into some, I believe they're called monster walks. They're with a resistance band around just above my ankles. So I'm just kind of stepping in, stepping out, alternating legs. I did this a lot when I was recovering from my hamstring strain. It's a pretty popular rehab exercise. You really feel it in your adductors on the outside of your hip. It's kind of working a muscle that gets neglected quite a bit, and it's important for soccer players. And for most of these exercises, I'm just doing 2 or 3 sets and probably between 8 and 12 reps. Then I went into this hip flexor exercise. I'm not sure what it's called, but I'm just sitting down kind of at 90 degrees, my legs straight out in front of me, lifting one leg over. It can be a water bottle. In this case, I just put a dumbbell there, just lifting it over one side and going back to the other, one leg at a time. This one looks easy, but again, you'll feel it in your hip, probably in your quad too. There's been a few times I've done it and I've almost cramped up. And this is a good way to specifically target hip flexors, strengthen those, because in a lot of sports and also in soccer, you can't have weak hips. You gotta have flexible hips, you gotta have powerful hips. Everything starts at your hips if you're an athlete. So that's something I'm trying to work on a little bit more. And again, in a day when I have some more time to, I can specifically target that. So again, doing about 8 reps. I think I did 2 sets here and 8 reps per leg. Next one I did, this is an eccentric quad exercise. Eccentric basically just means a stretch under tension. So you can add resistance by using weights when you're doing kind of stretch. If you know what single leg Romanian deadlifts are, those are eccentric. But eccentric training in many cases have been shown to reduce the risk of injury significantly, especially for hamstrings, although this is a quad exercise. This one, like I said, is pretty hard on the knees, so I didn't do too many reps. I think I just did about 2 sets of 4 to 6 reps here. And when you lean back, you might not totally feel it in your quads, but if you're doing this for the first time, you're probably gonna be sore because again, it's challenging your muscles in a unique way. Then 2 of the kind of flexibility exercises here. I like to just sit into a deep squat. If you're just starting this out, you can grab onto something in front of you that may help you balance and actually stay in that position. Once you get it down more though, you should be able to do it just with your arms out in front of you. And you're just sitting into the deep squat. It's very good for your hip flexibility, knee flexibility, and ankle flexibility as well, because in pretty much any exercise, it's always best to have a full range of motion, whether you're going through squat, bench press, whatever it may be, whatever kind of lift. You want to have full range of motion. You want to have maximum flexibility, and like I said, especially in your hips. Speaking of hips, final exercise I'm going to show you guys today. This is just a simple hip mobility drill or exercise. I like to do this before I warm up for games as well, but in this case, just going back and forth, holding it for a few seconds each time I kind of switch over my hips. But this is just a well-known good exercise for that. And that was pretty much what I did for one session, specifically for recovering. Again, nothing too crazy. I'm not going out for a long, hard run. Just getting a bit of warm up on the bike, and then a lot of lower intensity exercises, some of which are almost just a stretch. Some of others I might be a little bit sore from, but great for preventing injuries, the main focus here, but also just going out, doing something, not being lazy all day, getting my blood flowing, my body working, which actually helps recover. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned a little bit from this. I am an exercise science major, so I'm also learning about this, and pretty interesting. I'm actually doing my own research right now on how to prevent hamstring injuries, specifically in soccer players, elite soccer players. So when I'm finished with that, I'm planning on giving you guys a video, a rundown on that with some real solid research. So this video, things like that interest you about college soccer, about preventing injuries, about doing your best, getting in better as a footballer, as a soccer player, please be sure to subscribe. I make weekly videos all about things like that. So like I said before, go comment down below, let me know, how do you recover from your games on your off days during your season? Thank you guys for watching. God bless you. I will see you in the next video.